Ever wonder why your tax dollars go where they do? We're all aware of the familiar expenses like schools and hospitals, but what about the bigger, often less visible, pieces of the economic pie? Lately, there's been a growing pressure, a subtle nudge, coming from a familiar source, and it's directly impacting how Canada spends its money, particularly when it comes to the military. Picture this. You're at a dinner party, casually chatting about world events, when someone casually mentions a figure, 2% of GDP. It's tossed around like a casual fact, a measurement of a nation's commitment. But what does it really mean? It's the magic number, the benchmark, that's become a central focus of international conversations, especially when it comes to defense spending. And Canada finds itself right in the middle of this discussion, caught in a complex web of international relations, economic priorities, and historical alliances. The pressure, of course, comes from the South, from the United States, specifically from former President Donald Trump, who, during his time in office and now again on the campaign trail, has made it crystal clear. He believes Canada needs to significantly ramp up its military spending. The demand isn't new. It's rooted in a long-standing agreement among NATO members to commit 2% of their gross domestic product to defense. However, Trump's approach, his distinct style of negotiation, has brought this issue to the forefront, making it a headline-grabbing topic and a source of considerable debate. This isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about the strategic relationship between two nations, the balance of power in the world, and the choices we make as a country. It's about how we prioritize our resources, how we define our role on the global stage, and what kind of future we want to build. This isn't simply a dry discussion about budgets. It's a conversation about values, about security, and about Canada's identity in a rapidly changing world. Why should this matter to you? Because it influences everything from infrastructure projects to social programs. When a significant portion of the national budget is allocated to defense, it inevitably impacts the funding available for other crucial areas. It's a balancing act, a complex equation where every dollar spent has consequences, both intended and unforeseen. This script will unpack this intricate situation, providing a comprehensive look at the pressures, the implications, and the potential outcomes of this international tug-of-war. We'll delve into the historical context, the economic realities, and the strategic considerations that shape Canada's response. Get ready to explore the details, the dilemmas, and the broader impact of this crucial issue. Mais voyons, plongeons maintenant dans les origines mêmes de cette pression. Il ne s'agit pas simplement d'une demande récente, c'est une dynamique ancrée dans l'histoire post-Seconde Guerre mondiale. La création de l'OTAN, l'Organisation du traité de l'Atlantique Nord, en 1949, a jeté les bases de cette alliance militaire avec un objectif clair, la défense collective contre toute agression, en particulier de l'Union soviétique. Par ailleurs, dès le départ, il y avait une compréhension implicite puis explicite du fardeau partagé. Les États-Unis, avec leur puissance économique et militaire dominante, ont toujours assumé une part disproportionnée des dépenses de défense. En conséquence, pour assurer une répartition plus équitable, des lignes directrices ont été établies, encourageant les membres à consacrer 2% de leur PIB à la défense. Cependant, ce n'était pas une obligation stricte dès le début. Il s'agissait plutôt d'un objectif, d'une aspiration. De plus, pendant la guerre froide, la menace soviétique servait de puissant catalyseur. Les nations européennes, conscientes de leur vulnérabilité, ont cherché à renforcer leurs capacités militaires, souvent avec l'aide financière et logistique américaine. En revanche, avec la fin de la guerre froide et l'effondrement de l'URSS, le paysage géopolitique a radicalement changé. La menace perçue a diminué, et de nombreux pays ont commencé à réduire leurs dépenses militaires, privilégiant d'autres priorités nationales, comme la santé, l'éducation et les infrastructures. Du coup, l'objectif des 2% est devenu moins pressant, et plusieurs membres de l'OTAN, dont le Canada, ont maintenu leurs dépenses en deçà de ce seuil. Maintenant, imaginez-vous en tant que diplomate canadien, négociant dans ce contexte. Vous devez jongler entre les exigences d'un allié puissant, les réalités économiques de votre propre pays et les priorités de votre population. Vous devez peser les avantages de l'alliance et de la sécurité collective contre les coûts financiers et les opportunités manquées. De surcroît, la position géographique du Canada, avec sa vaste frontière avec les États-Unis et son rôle de gardien de l'Arctique, complexifie encore davantage la situation. Par conséquent, la pression actuelle de Trump n'est pas un phénomène isolé, c'est le résultat d'une longue histoire de coopération et de tensions au sein de l'OTAN, de l'évolution des menaces et des priorités, et de la dynamique complexe des relations internationales. En d'autres termes, cela nous rappelle que la sécurité et la défense ne sont pas des concepts statiques, mais des processus dynamiques, en constante adaptation aux réalités du monde, as the layers peel back, revealing the mechanics beneath the surface. A far more nuanced picture emerges than a simple demand for dollars and cents. We've navigated the currents of historical precedent, glimpsing the very foundations upon which this pressure rests. It's a dance, isn't it? A delicate pas de deux between national interests and global alliances, where each partner must carefully consider their steps. Reflecting on this journey so far, we've seen how the very structure of international cooperation shapes the dialogue. The 2% benchmark isn't just a number, it's a symbol, a rallying point, a measure of commitment in a world that often feels precariously balanced. And like any symbol, it carries weight, it evokes expectations, and it can be wielded in ways that are both strategic and, at times, challenging. In light of these insights, the path forward becomes clearer, doesn't it? It's not merely about meeting a target. It's about understanding the forces that drive these targets, the complex interplay of power, resources, and perception. Think of it as a tapestry, woven with threads of history, economics, and political strategy. Each thread contributes to the overall design, creating a picture that is both intricate and, at times, deliberately obscured. Drawing these strands together, we see how the pressures exerted are not isolated incidents, but rather echoes of larger shifts, reverberations felt across the global stage. It's a reminder that the decisions we make today have repercussions, both immediate and long-term. The choices we face are not always simple, and the consequences are rarely straightforward. The question, then, becomes, how do we navigate this intricate landscape? As we pivot towards the final reflection, consider this. The pursuit of security is a constant undertaking, an ongoing process of adaptation and evaluation. It requires us to be informed, to be critical, and to be prepared to engage in complex conversations. The world is a dynamic place, and our understanding of it must be equally dynamic. The questions raised here are not meant to be answered definitively, but to spark a deeper exploration, a continuous examination of our role in the world. So, here we stand at the edge of this exploration, having traced the contours of a complex geopolitical dance. We've witnessed the unfolding of pressures, the historical echoes, and the strategic considerations that define Canada's position on the global stage. The 2% of GDP target isn't just about dollars and cents. It's a symbol of commitment, a measure of a nation's role in a world constantly shifting. It's a benchmark that, regardless of the specific numbers, forces us to confront fundamental questions about our values, our priorities, and our place in the world. The narrative has revealed the intricate interplay of diplomacy, economics, and defense. It's shown us that the choices we make are not always simple, and the consequences are rarely straightforward. The pressures from the South, while seemingly focused on a single figure, are actually symptomatic of a larger dynamic. A world undergoing profound change, where old alliances are being tested and new power structures are emerging. This demands a level of critical thinking, a willingness to engage in difficult conversations, and an unwavering commitment to understanding the forces that shape our reality. The implications of this situation extend far beyond the realm of military spending. They touch upon the very fabric of our society, influencing how we allocate resources, how we define our national identity, and how we interact with the rest of the world. The decisions we make today will reverberate through generations, shaping the kind of future we build for ourselves and for those who come after us. It is a reminder that we are not merely passive observers of events. We are active participants, each with a role to play in shaping the world around us. What, then, is the enduring lesson from this journey? It is, perhaps, the importance of curiosity, of questioning the narratives that are presented to us, of seeking out diverse perspectives, and of recognizing the complexity of the issues we face. It's about understanding that the world is not a static entity, but a dynamic process, constantly evolving and demanding our attention. The true practice begins now, after the last word is read, after the screen goes dark. It's in the ongoing conversations, the continuous learning, and the unwavering commitment to understanding our world. It is in this spirit of inquiry that we discover our own agency, our capacity to shape the future. So let the exploration continue.